Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Credit K. We'll talk about, personal relationship banking, business banking, CPN, second chance banking, everything to help you level up in life financially. We're about that on this channel. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're interested in this content. So you're here, you see the title, you see the thumbnail. We're here to bring you the difference between and the benefits of traditional banking and credit unions. And like I always say on this channel, credit unions bring you high income, high limit, and offer you better benefits than traditional banks. But there are some pros and cons for both, and we're going to cover both of those in this video today. So stick around, hit that like button, grab your popcorn, grab your drink, and tune in. So first, difference between traditional banks and credit unions. Okay, so a bank is a for-profit institution. We know Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, the big dogs, the ones that's in every city, every corner of the country. They have ATM machines everywhere. It allow you to, use out-of-market um, banks or credit cards for on their ATM machines for a fee. So everything that they do is for profit. They charge fees if you're late. They charge fees if you use your card somewhere else that it's not intended to. The credit card processor have fees at the stores, and sometimes those stores pass that extra fee on to you and like a 3% charge. Sometimes they just raise the prices of items just to cover that credit card fee that most people are using. So banks are a for profit. So you got to understand that their game, everything they do is to make money. If they're not making money, they're not interested in doing it. They're not out here trying to help people. They're not out here trying to, really increase the economy by giving a lot of business loans. They really don't care if you successful in business. They just need to know if you can pay the loan back, and they want to know that your business is successful enough, that you're trustworthy enough in your personal credit, or you have enough collateral or capital to pay them back just in case the business venture or whatever you're borrowing the money for it doesn't go right. So always keep that in mind, that banks, traditional banks, are a for-profit business. So just know everything they do, everything you can think of is in that realm. All right. So next, now let's think about how credit unions shine when it comes to high limit credit cards and how credit unions are different from the traditional bank. So for credit unions, they're more of a service for the people. Um, they really are not in it to make a bunch of money. Of course, they charge interest. They, want to make enough to keep the bank afloat, but they don't have a bunch of shareholders, a bunch of investors that they have that behold to kick out profits to. They're more just trying to keep the books balanced. They reinvest back into their community. That's why you have to actually join a credit union. Sometimes you have to pay a small fee or maintain a small savings account in there, and they use that money in that savings account to loan out to other people and then loan out to other institutions to make more money and to keep the credit union afloat. But credit unions as a whole are just trying to keep their books balanced. They're not so much as in program, keep everything copacetic, maintain. So they have a lot more money to invest out into their members. And that is the reason why their credit limits are as high, reason their interest rates are low on car loans and things of that nature, because they are genuinely trying to help the members of their credit union. So that's one of the reasons why I highlight credit unions, why I champion credit unions, especially for people who try to build your credit score up. If you have a new profile, if you're in the rebuilding phase, no matter what you're trying to build, a CP, traditional credit, you have to get those high limits on your credit report. If you do not have those high limits, if you do not have comparable credit on that credit report, you will not start to see other banks give you high limits. And the way to skirt around that is by signing up for credit union. Now, of course, credit unions are not always easy to get into. We all know Navy Federal has their restrictions. Others have certain restrictions where you can get around. We're going to cover in a later part of this video. But just know that it is not easy to get in all credit unions, but there are a lot of that you can get into, and there's some secret sauce that I always bring you guys on this channel to get into those credit unions. that'll help you out. So, the best thing about the credit unions as far as the credit card, which you're here to know about, is like I said, the lower interest rate and lower fees on like overdraft and balance transfers and cash advances. Usually interest rates are all lower on all of those segments of the credit card. All right. So next, if you apply for a high limit credit card with a traditional bank, you kind of know, the restrictions. Sometimes they may hit you back in the email, ask for additional information. They want to validate a lot more information. Credit unions, not so much. Once you're a member of the credit union, much as they ask for is just maybe a picture ID. If you haven't applied for anything for a while, just to make sure, it's not identity theft. And other than that, boom, you're in there. Stated income, stated everything. And then some of the things you want to put on your application, whether it's for a traditional bank or a credit union, is that you want to put down your actual gross revenue, not your net, not what you take home every month after taxes, not, just what you usually spend. You want to gather up all the income, whether it's, spousal support, if you're stay-at-home adult, you know what I mean? You work from home, somebody give you money, you can use that money that somebody gives you. If you have a part-time, you make money from YouTube, social media, TikTok, side hustles, babysitting. Use all of that money, stock, anything you invest in, use all of that money on your application to boost your income and then all of your expenses. So if they ask you, are you renting or are you a homeowner? Of course, tell the truth, because they can look at your credit report and see if you have a mortgage and see if you're actually a homeowner or things of that nature. So if you're saying you're renting, always keep your rent low and your income very high. Keep your income almost double to triple for what you're paying rent on those applications. And then don't go too high on the income. Keep it, realistic for your zip code, for your area. That's how they kind of go off these things. So if you're in a very high affluent area code where you list your home or list your application in, then you can go over, 120, 100, 150,000. But if you're in the South, especially in Atlanta, and you live, in the most neighborhoods we live in, like, don't go over 80, don't go over 90,000, because you could possibly trigger a financial review, especially with American Express and Chase. They love to ask for statements after you put extremely high income on there. So be mindful of what you're putting on these applications in order to trigger a high limit from the either traditional bank or credit union. But like I said, you can put the same exact thing on a credit union application and a traditional bank application, and the credit union will be at least 2 times higher than what the traditional bank would. Now, there's also some other things, what we call seasoning. All banks love seasoning. They like you to deposit some money in there, take some money out, deposit some more money in over a couple of months. That helps what we call build up bank ratings. And each credit unions and traditional banks do have bank ratings that they use to measure or score their customers. And that way they will get a higher credit score and also a higher limit based on what they are, doing in that bank. So be mindful of, now just as soon as you sign up for a credit union, go ahead and apply for a bunch of stuff, unless you just plan on not doing right and not paying people back. And that's the only time I see people just in a rush to get in there. But if you really want to take your time, really want to maximize the profits in this, take your time, deposit minimum at least $100. Of course, the more the better. So please don't comment down. How much should I deposit? If you got $1,000 deposit, put $1,000 down. If you got $5,000 to put in the bank, go ahead and put $5,000 in. I shouldn't have to tell you the more you put in, the more, and that have to tell you detailed amount to put in. The more you want, the more. And that's the same thing for trade lines. I get this question. I have to go on a rant real quick. When people are buying trade lines from me or other places, they ask me how much trade line I should get, and I always tell them the older the trade line and the higher the limit of the trade line, better. And they get stuck like, what does that mean? Which one should I get? I'm trying to educate you. I'm trying to let you learn how to actually use this system, but people just want to be told what to do. And so I just tell them the most expensive trade line on there. So yeah, learn your lesson. And that's how people get burnt, but not actually thinking for themselves and processing information for themselves. They want everybody to tell them what to do, tell them how to do it, and they end up getting scammed and you end up getting bamboozled out here. But if you actually think about things, think things through, and process the information that these YouTubers and this information online that they're giving you, then you can make the best informed decision, do your own research, and make things happen for yourself. All right. So lastly, I want to talk about how credit unions are more community based than the for-profit traditional credit union, traditional banks. Of course, most banks have to have that $5 deposit. And now let's go ahead and see about some of the top credit unions I've used in the past to get high limit credit cards, and one that I found recently that is giving out the bag. So let's get into some of the we got right here. Navy Federal, of course, the big dog Navy Federal. Hack is, anybody that has a member in the armed services, Marines, Navy, Air Force, anything type of DOJ, any type of military affiliation, you can get in with Navy Federal. They have personal accounts and business accounts. Now, everyone I know has somebody that served in the military, especially, your parents, your grandparents, a cousin, anybody that's kind of immediate family you can use for that. Or if you have a roommate, or if you know somebody who is a Navy Federal member, you can get in, piggyback off their access number. But all I did was just say, hey, my father was in the military. I gave him his name. I didn't even have to submit any type of credentials or anything like that. Told him that my father was in the military, what branch he was in. I don't know if they looked it up on some type of back end internal, but a couple of days later, I was granted access to Navy Federal. And in the time before that, I got in with Navy Federal was with a access number. So there are several ways to get in to these credit unions, and that is a couple of ways to get in with Navy Federal. Just say, you got a parent or sibling or somebody that's been a part of the armed services. All right, so next we got PenFed. PenFed is another great one. I had about 16 inquiries on my credit report, a couple of new accounts, and I still got approved for $9,000 through PenFed about almost 2 years ago at this point. So go ahead and check them out, sign up. No special requirements for them. All you need to do is just, sign up, put the $5 deposit down, put the savings account, and then go ahead. I recommend everybody stacking, put $100 in and then waiting 30 days. And then you should, if you have over a 680 credit score, you should trigger a offer, either a personal loan, a credit card, or some type of car loan that they offer. But they like to give out a lot of pre-qualified offers. As soon as you sign in, you can kind of see it right here on the left-hand side of the screen. When you log in, you'll see all the offers that this bank has. But like I said, they do a lot of credit cards, auto loans. They don't have any business products, but they do have a lot of personal loans, student loans, things of that nature that'll help you grow and get those high limits. Another one I love, CP friendly DCU, Digital Credit Union. This credit union is one of the top ones I've used to get a pledge loan. Most recently just got approved for a credit card where I actually stated how much I wanted my income. I wish I would have put more. I didn't think they was going to give me that much. I put down 12 and they actually gave me 12. I probably could have got a little bit more off the credit card, but I'm building this profile up. So, we'll see if I can do a credit limit increase within the next 30 to 60 days. But I've been banking with them for about 2 years now. Like I said, had a pledge loan at first. Held the pledge loan for about 3 months. Paid it all off after the 3 months. And then I got an offer for a credit card right after that. So, and my credit score is about 715 right now when I got approved, and they pulled TransUnion for the inquiry on DCU. All right. All right. So just remember, I got two more credit unions, but just remember these credit unions are what you need, what you want to get those high limits, and that's what you need to get those comparable credit. And people's asking, I get hit up all the time, say, yeah, I'm trying to get some, high limit credit card, 30, 40,000. But here's how you do it. You have to sign up for the credit unions. You have to be a part, have to be a member for a certain moment of time, and then they will give you the bag. So same thing for NASA Federal Union. You kind of start seeing the trend here. They all kind of government backed entities: Pentagon, Fed, Navy, NASA. Digital credit union not so much, but most of these are based out of the Virginia area as well. But you don't have to be living in Virginia area. These offer memberships everywhere. And also NASA does have some business products, I believe. Yeah, they do have business products. I signed up for them. I never applied for a credit card. I signed up, got an account, kind of was doing a lot, had a lot of other banks I was dealing with at the time, and I never deposited money in there. So since I never deposited money, they after about I think 30 to 60 days, they closed my account for no activity. So just be mindful. Signing up for a whole bunch of credit unions at one time could be, your attention could be all over the place. So just be mindful that when you are signing up for these credit unions, make sure you put the money in, make sure you having some type of banking activity, deposits frequently, logging in, moving some money around, get a debit card, purchase some things with the debit card. All that helps your bank rating and helps keep your account open because that's your closed mind. So I think I should be able to open up a new one now, though. It's been almost 2 years ago since that happened. But like I said, I was gearing up to go ahead and jump in a bunch of credit cards. I have a bunch of business credit cards, a bunch of personal items as well. So this is a very great institution. And if you become a member, let's see some of the member perks. It pays to be a member, membership rewards. Get started. Let me see if they actually show you what you need. Sent the enrollment form. Company. Oh, that's a partner company. I don't want to be a partner company. I want to become a member. We're still on the business side? We're still on the business side, that's why. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. Membership. Be a membership in Navy Federal, become a member. And then they take you to the application form. Very, very straightforward. Trying to see if they ask you how much you got to put in. Minimum deposit of $5. And you can join some clubs. I don't see them asking for you to join any. Oh, here you go. Yo, here you go. Here you go. You do so. You do need to join this National Space Society to actually get in. So here's the one I was talking about earlier, some different ways to get into these credit unions. Of course, they are for NASA employees, but if you're not a NASA employee, you can join this National Space Society. You might have to put down maybe $25 just to be a part of this society. And once you become their 1 year complimentary membership, doesn't show how much you have to spend to be a member of this. But like I said, it's usually no more than $25, $30, and it's well worth it for the things you get from these credit unions. And then last but not least, we got Signature Credit Union, Signature Federal Credit Union, and they're closed today for President's Day. And shout out to President's Day. You're a president. Shout out to you on your day. And all the bank holidays. And everybody out of school, out of work today. Shout out for you who's watching this video a little later on. All right, so you see all the things they offer: auto checking, credit cards, mortgages, personal loans, everything under the sun, very low interest rates. Most credit cards right now are starting at 18. Capital One charging like 30%, 29% starting off. So you see the difference in the interest rates and the personal loan rates. Most of the personal loan rates are well over 14, 15, 18% interest. So you're going to save a lot more money with doing this. Let's see some of their requirements, if they require any special things to get an account for Signature Credit Union. Before we get up out of here, I appreciate you sticking around. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. You like this type of content, if this help you out, figure out how to get that bag, you wonder why you're getting denied or why you're not getting those high limits, then you know that the credit union is the way to go. So if you are a member, an employee, a postal service worker, current or sponsored by Signature Federal Credit Union, I think I still got my account though for them. I opened up an account with them too. I have a debit card, but I never used it. So now I can't remember what I did. I'm pretty sure I think I joined this American Council. Yeah, I'm almost 100% certain that I did it this way. Union, they do have a thing where you have to join with the American Consumer Council, and that's how you get in with them. Very straight, easy, straight to the point. All right, so that's the video. I want to make this longer than it needs to be, but you see at the point that credit unions offer the bad, offer lower interest rates, and they offer their members a lot more benefits because they are for the community. They are for the people, where traditional banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Truist, Barclays, Citi are for the shareholders and for their profit. All right. So if you want to be about that profit, you get in that way. If you want to be for the people, then you get in over here. But like I say over here, do both. Double dip in both of them. And of course, there's pros. So, traditional banks, they have more banking institutions, they have better customer service, better technology with their products. Like hasn't been able to like use a lot of phone features and scanning checks online and stuff like that. So, and their mobile apps are a lot better at traditional banks than credit unions. But other than that, credit union is the wave, is the way to go. And you see, even some have business products, but I do prefer dealing with traditional banks when I'm using business products and business banking. I like traditional banks better because they got more branches and more stuff. All right. So that's it. That's what we're talking about. Boss Up. Hit me up on my other channel, Boss Up with K, or stick around and hit the like and subscribe on the Credit K channel. I appreciate you. Hit me up on all social medias: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, um, X, everything. Credit K, Credit K, Credit K. You can find your boy. All right, later we gone.